Hello guys, this is Clement Oyinola and I welcome us to another video this weekend. And very quickly in this video, we are going to be looking at something interesting, something that a lot of traders are not so aware of, but you need to be aware of them. So I titled it The Four Battles You Would Fight Daily as a Forex Trader. The four battles you fight daily as a Forex Trader. The truth is that you are going to keep fighting this battle as long as you are trading. And it has to be, it is a continuous something. It is never ending. So you have to reconsider your decision to trade Forex. So why should you listen to me? I've been trading Forex for over 3 years. I've lost about $6,000 to the Forex market. I became profitable after 2 years of consistent losses. And I've traded with ridiculously small account sizes as well. Currently, I'm training some students in a boot camp. So I've trained over 200 students on how to trade Forex in the last 2 years. And I'm so ready and I'm willing to help you improve your trading career. And if you have been following my video for the last 2 to 3 weeks, you would have known that I am committed into what I have promised to deliver. So, like I love to say, I am the very first and the last Forex coach you would ever need to become consistently profitable in the Forex market. You can write that down, you can screenshot that. I am the very first and the last Forex coach you would ever need to become consistently profitable in the Forex market. Now, in this video, my goal is to share with you some things that you need to understand, some things that you need to know, why you must maintain a consistent focus daily in your trading career. Something that keeps traders ahead of their game is their consistency and their focus. And for you to achieve consistency and focus, you need to keep fighting some battles. And those battles are what we're going to talk about today in this very short video. You will be faced with daily battles. Trust me, you must continually fight and win if you want to stay profitable as a trader. So you need to understand that. And these battles do not end. These battles do not have expiry date. These battles do not have an ending point. There is no end game in this battle. You keep fighting them as long as you're trading. The difference is that as the more you fight them, the more you understand how to fight them, and the easier it becomes for you to win those battles. But for the battles to end, nah, the battles will not end. The battles will be there. The battles will always be there. It is a continuous battle. It's an adventure. It's a continuous adventure that you must be ready to adapt in and be ready to play with. So it's like a game. There are levels. So as a beginner, the battles will be so fierce, will be so strong that you'd want to give up. But the more you push, the more you realize, the more you understand, and the more you learn how much you can win and how easier it gets for you to keep winning in those battles. So let's go to the first battle. The first battle is the fight against the market. The fight against the market. That battle, as long as you open your chart to do your market analysis, you are engaged in a fight against the market, because you need to look at the market and understand where the market is going so that you can follow the market to where it is going. There is a common saying that a trend is your friend until it's bent. So for you to identify the trend so that you can become the friend of the trend is a battle, is a fight. Because the chart will not open up to you and tell you that I am going up. The chart will not open up to you and tell you that I am going down. The chart will not open up to you and tell you that I'm going sideways. The chart will be there. The chart is emotionless. It does not speak to you. You have to read what it is saying. You have to read the market silence. The market is an emotionless entity. Neither does it respond to your emotions. The market has no emotions. And so it does not respond to your own emotions. You need to understand that. You don't fight an emotionless being with emotions. And if you are going to win something that does not have emotions, you have to fight it like you don't have emotions as well. So you have to level the playing field by putting aside your emotions. Now, the emotions that we have is a good thing. But if you do not master how to put aside your emotions once in a while, you may not win the fight against the market, because the market does not have emotions. Now, let me give you some examples of emotions you need to put aside. Emotions such as anger, emotions such as hope. Hope is a very, very good thing in the real life. But in the market, hope is something that can work against you. Why? Because if you are in a trade and the trade is going in loss, it is possible for you to hope that the market will soon go in your favor. Now, the problem is that you are hoping that the market will go in your favor. What if the market does not go in your favor? You keep losing money. So hope. I'm sorry for that break in transmission. I apologize for that. So as I was saying, that hope is a good thing in reality. However, in the market, hope can work against you in two ways. One, when your market is running in loss, when your trade is running in loss, and you are hoping that the market will reverse and start going in your direction. That kind of hope is not wise, because the market may not reverse, and you would keep losing. Now, the other way is that hope, when your trade is in profit and you are hoping that it keeps going in profit, now that hope becomes a greed. That kind of hope becomes greed. You are not comfortable with the profit you are having, and you want more. Instead of you to secure the bag and calm down and come back the next time when there is a clear coast. So you can see the market does not have emotions. Another one is anger, or let me say revenge. You lost on a trade and you are angry at the market. You are so angry at the market and you just want to revenge. You want to take back your money. Trust me, you will keep losing, because the market that you are expressing your anger on does not care. The market that you are trying to revenge on does not care. And so your emotions can cause you to have a wrong judgment of the market. So you can see that for you to fight the battle against the market, you must set aside your emotions. The market is always there. To win the market, you must take time to build your arsenal and tactical moves. And in this sense, I'm talking about technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and trading psychology. You must take your time to learn and keep learning, so that you will understand how the market moves. You understand the dynamics of the market, and you would understand how the market actually moves and be able to move with the market. That is the only way to win. When you lose, don't try to take revenge, or else you will lose more, because your emotions are getting in the way. So you can see the fight against the market. For you to win the fight against the market, you must put aside your emotions, and you must take your time to learn the dynamics of the market. You must learn how the market moves. You must understand the direction flow of the market, so that you can flow with the market. That is the only way to win the fight against the market. Now, number two, we have the fight against the big boys. The big boys in the market. The big boys are those guys that have crazily huge amount of dollars in their accounts, and you are trading with a ridiculously small amount of dollars. Now, your $1,000 is ridiculously small compared to that $1 billion. So when I mean ridiculously small, I'm not talking of $50. I'm talking of, even if you have $1,000 in your trading account, even if you have $10,000 in your trading account, it is ridiculously too small for those guys with billions of dollars in their trading account. So those are the guys you are up against in this fight. They have crazy account size, and these are the ones that are onto your stop loss, because their account size can give them the leverage, can allow them to influence the market for a short period of time. And they hide within the market news, they hide under the market news, they hide under fundamental analysis. Example is NFP. When NFP is coming, NFP is a perfect way to trap a lot of traders. NFP is a perfect way to trap a lot of traders. Bank rates, interest rates is a good way to trap a lot of traders. They will give you a sentiment that this is where the market is going, and they will go on the opposite side, and they will hunt your stop loss. They will close your account in loss, and all your losses is becoming their own profit. These are the people you are fighting against also. And now, to win this fight, my advice for you from my own personal experience is that you must be patient. Watch their moves and move like them. How? Think like them, trade like them. Now, for you to think like the big boys, you are going to need to separate yourself from the crowd. You need to look at things from a different perspective, from a different point of view. You need to look at it that, okay, if I am a big boy in the market, if I am a market maker, you can call them the market makers. If I am a market maker, what would I do right now? If I'm a market maker and I need to make money from these guys, where will I set the traps? Where will I set the traps? The chart is clear. The chart is saying that everybody should buy. And you know the chart is saying that everybody should buy. The market makers will not buy when the chart is saying everybody should buy. The market makers will sell when the chart is saying everybody should buy, because they know that a lot of people are going to buy, and so they are going to use their account size to sell and close all of you that are buying in stop loss. And when they have closed you out in stop loss, everybody feels that the market will sell. That is the time to buy. This is sounding complicated, but that is how the big boys think. If you see my videos, you would understand that I apply this principle in some of my analysis. That is how they think. You have to trade like them. When everybody is buying, you just wait and see. When everybody is selling, wait and see. You see, that time when everybody is scared of buying, when everybody is scared of selling, that is when the market makers are actually buying and selling. And you have to be able to follow them. That is how you win the big boys. That is how you win them. Think like them, trade like them, use their tactics against them. That is the only way you can win this fight. Moving on, we have the fight against the brokers. This fight is not a serious fight, but it's a fight you must put into consideration, because the brokers are the ones in charge of your account. They are in charge of your capital. They have access to your trading account. They are not far from the big boys. They and the big boys are like friends. They are like 5 and 6. They have inside information on the real market news and sentiment. See, these are the guys that provide you with the market platform. And some of them can be extremely manipulative. Some of them can manipulate the market against your favor. Some of them can so be extremely manipulative. And you see, you can't win this fight. What you can do is to run for your life. Yes. Because the brokers are the ones in charge of your capital. They are the ones giving you the market platform. So how do you want to win the person keeping your money? How do you want to win against the person keeping your money and the person that will give you the market to trade? You cannot win. What you can do is to run. Run for your life and live to fight another day. What that means literally is that look for a more favorable broker. There are thousands of brokers all over the world. Why do you want to stick to one broker and be frustrated with one broker? Look for one favorable broker and be loyal to them. I've been using Forex for the past 3 years, and they've been extremely favorable. They've been awesome. They've been awesome. I used some other brokers at some point, and I saw how manipulative they get. And I chose to stick to Forex, where I have peace of mind. I'm not saying that Forex does not manipulate. All brokers manipulate, but some are extremely manipulative. You have to look for the ones that their manipulation is comfortable with you. You have to be logical, you have to be rational about it. So you can't win the fight against your brokers. You have to run for your life and live to fight another day. The last battle you are fighting every single day as a trader is a fight against you. You that you are listening, you that you are watching, you are fighting against yourself every single day in the Forex market. Now, what makes you human can be your best enemy, can be your best friend, and can be your biggest enemy. What makes you human can be your best friend and can be your biggest enemy, your worst enemy, if you do not master it well. If you do not master it well. In every area of life, in every phase of life, self-control can affect the way you live your life. Discipline can affect the way you live your life, including Forex trading. You will lose this fight many times than you can imagine, but you must not quit. Now, when I say you will lose this fight, I mean that you will be greedy, you will lose your self-control, you will be so. Someone called me yesterday and was telling me that he picked a buy on a particular trade, and the trade was going in his favor for some time, and then all of a sudden the trade started entering into loss, And for close to 2 hours, the trade was running in loss. And so he felt like, okay, I think the market is no longer going to buy. So he now entered a sell in that market. And then eventually he closed out and the market eventually went in a buy. You can see that this was the big boys at play. And this was you not winning the fight against yourself at play as well. So you can see in that same instant, that person was fighting against the market makers, which are the big boys, and he was fighting against himself. He lost the battle to himself. And so it was easy for him to. Sorry about that. So my network tripped off again. Apologies. All right. So as I was saying, the moment you quit, you have accepted defeat and you have lost all the battles. If you lose the battle against yourself, you will lose all other battles. And you see, the only way you can finally lose against yourself is by quitting. Once you quit, you have accepted defeat and you have lost all other battles. And trust me, this may be your toughest battle. You will fight, you will keep fighting it, and you will always fight it. But once you win here, you can easily win all others. So the only way to stop, the only way to win is to never stop learning. The moment you stop learning, you have dropped your weapon of war, and in no time your head will be off your neck. I hope to see you some other time. But before we go, let us do a quick analysis for the weekend. All right. Now, this is crude oil. Let us start from crude oil as always. Now, on Monday, I entered, I think it was Monday or Tuesday now, we entered a buy on crude oil and we closed it out with $100 in profit. And the market is buying. So, right about now, it's weekend already. So, we are currently bullish on crude oil. We should expect this by next week on crude oil. So, but before this plays out, we should expect a retest of this resistance, which will become a support on crude oil. So, that is that on crude oil. It's as straightforward as that. For gold, for gold, we entered a sell on gold yesterday and it got activated this morning. And we are still holding our sell because the market still looks active. This is a confluence here. This is a confluence here that was respected. Let us remove that. And so let us see the market. Let us see how the market play out this before evening. I would not want to hold any trade over the weekend. So let us see how the market will play out. And then we are going to decide if we are holding over the weekend or we are closing it out and resume back on Monday. Pound NZD. If you remember what I said about Pound NZD, I told you that this is not a good place to enter a trade on Pound NZD. I told us clearly that it is not wise for you to enter a trade on Pound NZD right now until we see a test of this support level or a break above this level. Price went up, gave us the impression that it was to break, and then it slid down, and now it has gone down and going back up. This is simply what I said earlier in this video. This is the big boys at play right now. You can see that the big boys are currently the ones at play right now. They close you out in stop loss here, they sell. Now they have done whatever they want to do here, is going back up. So I won't be surprised if next week we see a continuation in the sell or we see it pass back up. So let's just keep watching and let's see how the market will play out next week. Pound AED as well is playing out the same way Pound NZ is playing out. It is still respecting this as well. If I draw this here, you can see it is forming a rising flag. That's a rising flag there. So we might actually have more bearish move on pound next week. We might have more bearish move on pound next week. But it's weekend already. I won't advise you to be picking the trade right now, except to know that you are going to close the trade before the market closes for the week. Now for pound USD as well, look at this fake breakout. This is a closeout and stop loss by the market makers. Let's see. I'm still bearish on pound USD as well. So I'm most likely bearish on all of the pound pairs. You can see this as well. This is simply stop hunting. This is what they call hunting stop loss. They spike down, they close all of you, or they close all your stop loss and they go back up again. So that is a perfect example of stop hunting. So you can see that playing out in the market. I didn't even know that this was going to play out in the market when I was preparing the slides for this video. This is CAD JPY. We can see a retest Yeah, we can see that retest. Let me draw a line there so we can see it clearly. We can see that. We can see this. So you can see that retest here. So I can remove it either way. It's still valid, but it's weekend already, so I'm not looking to pick any trade for the for today till Monday. Euro JPY also playing out nice. We closed this out also in profit earlier this week. It's also playing well. CHF JPY2 is playing out well. So I would just like to come back on Monday and make my decision for the week. So for now, Euro USD is still they are still manipulating the market in Euro USD. So let us see what happens here. Let us see what happens there over the weekend. I won't be surprised if we have a spike up to this level. Let me draw the box there so that when we come back on Monday, you would know I mentioned it. I won't be surprised if I say a spike up to this level, and then we have our sell continuing again. So that's another avenue for the market makers to trap a lot of traders. So you need to keep watch of that area. USDCHF is also playing out well. So let's see how it plays out for next week as well. NZD card finally touched this resistance. I waited for this resistance all week, and it finally touched this resistance. So it's time for us to watch and see what is going to happen next in this area for NZD card. USD card is still within this range, so I'm still bullish, but my bullish bias should be cancelled the moment price closes below this support. But when price closes above this resistance, I'm going to go bullish on USD card. Now, this is like my pair for the week. Exactly as I mentioned, if you remember the video, and it is playing up like that exactly. Now, this is, if you enter that trade there, you are in over 30 pips profit. 30 pips in profit, which is not a bad idea, which is not a bad trade. So you can see it's amazing. It's playing out exactly as we said it was going to play out. So it's weekend already, so it has played out, has done everything we said it would do. Let's see what happens next week. By next week, we're going to look out for new, fresh perspective and know what to pick for the week. AUD USD also is playing out nicely, playing out well. I mentioned this on Wednesday. If you saw my video on Wednesday, you would understand why this is playing out the way it's playing out. This is a rising wedge and it's following it, obeying our perspective. USD JPY, again, I'm going to just ignore USD JPY and just move on. On Monday, we are going to come back to USD JPY and have a fresh perspective of things. Euro card as well. On Monday, when we come back, we're going to have a fresh perspective of things. So I think that is all for this video. So thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next video. That will be on Monday. And if you are in my boot camp, our class for today will be by 4 p.m. So I hope to see you in class. And make sure that you are learning, make sure you are practicing. And if you have questions, do not hesitate to drop your questions in the comment section or in my DM. All right, or you can send it to my email, either way. So I hope to see you in the next video. Have a wonderful weekend.